West Coast washout. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kira Phillips. That's where we begin today. Southern California bracing for potential flash flooding and mudslides as a storm system sweeps the region. The flooding especially alarming for parts of L.A. County impacted by wildfires just back in January. Our Melissa Don joins us near the L.A. River with more. So, Melissa, how are things looking right now, and how worse do you think this could get?
Yes, Kira, it is expected to get worse. Look, we've had already consistent 12 hours of rain. It has been light rain. We've seen kind of that pitter-patter going on throughout this area. This is the LA River, though, Kira. When we were here just earlier this morning, we definitely saw some more of the rocks in this area, some more of the ducks actually passing by. That water is clearly rising. That's always going to be the concern, right? That's always our indicator when we see that LA River, if it potentially can swell, that it can cause urban flooding. Always a risk throughout our roadways, and of course people making sure they're taking precaution for that, but also over in those burn scar communities. We're just talking about those communities in Altadena, Pacific Palisades that have been devastated from the wildfires. They are at risk for those mud flows and debris flows. So that's what we're watching, because so much of this rain coming down within the next 24 hours is what's going to be really, really critical for our area.
So what plans are officials taking to mitigate the risks of floods and mudslides right now?
Yes, Kira. So far, LA officials and also state officials have pre-deployed firefighters, crews, swift water rescue teams, and we're talking about crews with bulldozers, right, with barriers. They've already put up some of those K-bars areas around the hillsides where they think it's more likely there to be any mud flow or debris flow. They've put that up to prevent any kind of spillage onto roadways. But of course, that's always the concern as we monitor these big weather events, and it's just again, that consistent rainfall. We're looking at possibly getting more to 4 to 6 inches of rain, which is honestly, Kira, the average of what we would get in the month of November. So it's just the volume that right now seems very overwhelming. And that's why city, county, and really state officials are all just trying to stay ahead of this.
Melissa, Don, appreciate you. Joining us now for more on what's in store for Southern California is our meteorologist, Kenton Jowiecki. Kenton, what do we know?
Kira, we have this flood watch throughout Southern California because we're watching for heavy rain in a few rounds, starting especially tonight and continuing into the afternoon tomorrow on our Saturday. So when we look at where the biggest threat's going to be, it's right in this bullseye of red. It's a level 3 out of 4 on our scale of flash flooding threat, where we could see up to 1 inch or even more in some cases, 1 inch per hour rainfall rates. But we could have some thunderstorms that are actually a bit heavier than that. Also 4 to 6 inches of rain totals. That's especially within about a 24 to 48 hour time period. That's several months worth of rain in just a very short amount of time in some of these locations. And so you got to be prepared for the chance for, of course, urban flash flooding along roadways and low-lying areas, but also in those burn scar areas. We could see mudslides, we could see debris flows, all of those things. And when we time this out, you can see by 1 p.m. this afternoon, Pacific time, we're looking at that heavy rain starting into Los Angeles. It's kind of going to be their first batch of kind of moderate rainfall. But the big rain actually comes in the first round overnight tonight. You can see this is 1 a.m., 2 a.m. here tomorrow morning, and that's going to be for Santa Barbara and Los Angeles, again, right where that bullseye is. And then we're going to see another round come in around midday tomorrow on Saturday. So here's 1 p.m. Los Angeles getting that heavy rain at that point. It will dry out by the end of the afternoon, and Sunday is looking dry. But just between now and then, we're looking at, again, that 4 to 6 inches possible, especially in higher elevations where it all has to go downwards. And we're also looking at a widespread 2 to 4 inches throughout much of Southern California as well. So we're really going to be watching this tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. Kira.
All right. Kenton, thank you.